Hello, hello, bonjour. This is Marino with elegantfemme.com, and I'm coming to you from a very, very special location. I'm actually in La Jolla, California, but above and beyond that, I'm actually sitting in the room where we just held one of our exquisite events. We just had over almost 60 women in this beautiful home. We rented a villa in Southern California. I was over for right now, the big events, the big stage, the big lights. I just felt so much more congruent and authentic this year, doing something very intimate. So I just said goodbye to almost 60 women who came here from around the world to experience their possible dream. Women who felt called forward in a really authentic place inside of them to live their fullest life. Well, I want to give you a little bit behind the scenes, because before I got to this gorgeous location, I actually went to a storage unit in LA, and my husband and I, with our 2 boys, we actually unloaded that storage unit. The same storage unit that we had put there when we first decided to leave LA and go to France. So there were 6 years in there, and I found something really, really precious. And after a lot of praying and a lot of journaling, I decided that I'm going to share something with you. And it's incredibly vulnerable. It's actually a piece straight out of my private journal right after I lost my son. So many of you might know the overall story of me losing my son in 2002. And a lot of what you can hear the story, but what we don't share, or what I haven't shared, was the real depth of what I went through. You know, I've told you about the overall, but I'm about to share with you like real thoughts from right after he passed away. My intention in sharing this with you is that you have a level of self-compassion and that you reconnect with your self-worth. Because it's so easy to look at another woman and say, oh, but she doesn't understand what I've been through. She probably never has the negative talk that I have. She probably has never experienced that. She just, picks herself up and keeps going. And that's not the case. And so I want you to know where I was in 2002, so that when we look at other people and we say, oh, well, how did she do it? We all go through a beautiful process. And so I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that if you've had these thoughts, you're very normal. And I also want you to know that if you've had these thoughts, there are beautiful things waiting for you. Okay, so just, I asked for some patience because it is very personal and very vulnerable for me to read this. And again, my intention is that if this resonates with you, or if you found yourself in this space, that I'd like to inspire you that it's not the end. It's not the end. And I think you might be a little bit surprised as where I was and actually what I thought about myself and my life. Okay? This is about 8 months after my son passed away. Just about the time that everybody thought I should be over it. Yeah? Well, it's 2 a.m. Surprise, I can't sleep. Seems to be becoming a pattern the last few days. I lay down and think of all I should be doing and everything I should be. Then it hits me. I'm none of what I should be. I should be holding you. I should be up feeding you and rocking you. I'm supposed to go to a reunion at St. Mary's this weekend. Whenever I think of it, I remember walking through campus wondering what my life would be like and how much further I would be in 5 years. Ha! Here I am. I speak French worse than I did then in college. I'm utterly embarrassed by how little far I've come. I've lost my firstborn child and miscarried my second. I feel like a failure. What I'm going to tell these people when they talk about their success? Do I lie? Do I pretend you're still here? I'm so tired of getting the shitty, I'm reading it straight from my book, the shitty unemotional response of, oh, I'm sorry, like I broke my arm. People just don't get the gravity of the situation. Mason, why did this happen? What am I supposed to do with all of this? I can't sleep. My days are filled with menial tasks, none of which mean much of anything. I used to think I had so much potential. Now I can barely get through the day. I have no direction, no hope. My life seems to be passing me by while I continue my zombie-like existence. People get me so angry, I don't even know how to react anymore. The lady at the salon and another one at the bank asked if I had any kids. I told them briefly about you, and they didn't even seem shocked. They said sorry and continued talking about whatever. Nails, loans. Are you kidding me? How can I protect everyone I love? How do I ensure that my family doesn't undergo any more pain? I feel so responsible, so desperate, so scared. My moods seem almost bipolar. I start the day trying so hard to be happy and positive, only to end each evening in a dark hole of depression. Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? I thought I was going to be your mom. I thought I was going to take care of you forever. I feel gypped. No one knows I'm a mom. No stroller, no car seat, no crib or bottles, no toys, no stuffed animals, and no baby. Only a C-section scar and a hole in my heart, both of which remain hidden to the untrained eye. I share that with you because this was about 3 or 4 months, maybe less, before I found my indie. This is the space I was in before I discovered my femtypes. These were the conversations that I was having. This is what brought me through that. Those questions I was asking. Who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be? All of those questions led me into that gorgeous conversation from my indie. That it wasn't about the why me and why me, it was about the how I was going to allow this to affect the rest of my life. This was the beginning before the femtypes. So I bring you into this really emotional and really, really tender space for me because I want you to know, and I want every woman to know, that it's normal to have self-doubt. It's normal to go through those dark times, and there is light on the other side. So I'm encouraging every single one of you to really feel into the power that's available to you. If you haven't taken the femtype quiz, know that that's available to you for you to start to tap into that unlimited potential. And what I'd love to hear from you, and you can share whatever you want to share in whatever way that touched you, but what I'm inviting you to experience is an extreme amount of self-compassion. Because if I can be in this space and go through this and have the life, the business, the family that I do now, I know that you can have it too. So I'm just sending you so much love, so much healing for whatever it is that you've gone through in your life, and so much inspiration that we can. And you know what? We're meant to. So much love to you. Bisous.